wanted to give you a little bit of an intro about today's video. I'm Denise Creel McDowell. If we haven't met yet, and if you're new here, thank you. Thank you for actually hitting the button or hitting the, clicking the button or whatever it is to push play on this video. That means a great deal. I share content about my life. I share about the chronic conditions that I deal with, that my daughter deals with. We are not genetically related. My daughters are adopted, but somehow, some way, we ended up with chronic conditions and similar things. And so you'll see my daughter and her service dog, particularly in today's video. You will see my life as it is and what hard days look like for me. And then you'll get to see what good days look like, days where I've got energy. And I love to share about fashion. I love to share affordable, elegant pieces that I find in places like particularly TJMaxx and Marshalls. They're my favorite. But I also shop Amazon, Loft, Old Navy, the usuals that do us right in terms of cost, Quince, that kind of thing. I hope that as you watch the rest of this video, that something in there either inspires you or helps you feel seen, or you identify with it, or you go, oh, I love that red pair of shorts. I'm getting me those shorts. I am not, as of yet, affiliated with any store, any brand. No one knows who I am at this point. I am doing this because I enjoy it. I'm doing it because it's incredibly therapeutic. The genesis behind this is that the Lord knew I needed to be able to reach out and talk to people when sometimes I have to do it from my bedroom, and that I get excited about things and want to share things with other people, and so this is one way to do that. So welcome, and I pray that you enjoy it, and I hope that something is helpful. Always, that is my greatest desire. And please feel free to comment, to ask me questions. Definitely, this is a community that I would like to build, so I would love your dialogue. And as always, I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Yay. Yay. Okay, we're here at the airport-ish.
We're here to ride the Sky Train with our friend Margie and Teddy so that they get practice for going on trains and buses.
Yep. And we're here with the beautiful Astrid.
There's a baby.
All right.
Good job. Good job. These are wonderful. These are brave. I know, they're weird. Trust me. Humans struggle with it. I'm just like. Ready? Let's go.
Yeah, good girl.
That's a very big lap dog.
It's called deep pressure therapy.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it lowers heart rate.
It's so exciting! We got on here, didn't we? We did it!
So we're just about to walk out the door to go see the Devil Wears Prada II. To go see the Devil Wears Prada II. I've been excited since I saw the first trailer come out. And to be honest, I was not in the Devil Wears Prada mode of life when it first came out 20 years ago. That I would have been 36, and so was taking care of my dad, I think, if I can do the math right. Yeah, taking care of my dad, that's right. And 2 little ones, and going through early menopause all at the same time. So I was not in my Andy glow up era for sure. And just also wanted to jump on that I've been MIA from videoing and editing and posting. I have not been doing well physically. I think I shared that I've had insomnia for months, and not just, as I've shared, that not just I can't fall asleep till midnight. There have been several nights where I don't fall asleep at all. And then nights where it's 3, 4 a.m. Still really tired, just feeling a little discouraged, if I'm honest, physically. It's just today. And then I've had a couple of days leading up to this that I just couldn't, like, whatever would follow the I should be doing XYZ, I just couldn't, including getting out of my pajamas, which has been like a really big deal for me to be able to get dressed, even if I'm not getting dressed up to go somewhere, but I like getting dressed just around the house. I've been saving my energy all day to be fully present. I was gonna go with like a ball gown and a whatnot. I'll stick in maybe a photo of the whole fit, but I just couldn't, that just wasn't true of how I'm feeling. And so this is as close as it gets to truly how I'm feeling. So I miss you all. I miss talking to you. I know that sounds weird, but I do. I miss being able to even have the oomph to video and therefore put it together and edit it and post it. But I will be back. Today is May 1st. It's the start of the month of me, which is the month of Mother's Day, my birthday, our anniversary. I realize that that's not just a me thing, but it means gifts and eating out usually. So I'm headed off with the girls that are here with us. Obviously, our oldest daughter is still in South Florida, and Rob, and we are going to go enjoy and hopefully laugh. Like, I'm really looking forward to laughing. So not every hour of every day has been but overall, at least for the last 3 days for sure, have been rough. And that has just been at the tail end of insomnia that has kicked my butt. That even when I was going through menopause, I didn't have it to this extreme. So, and I found what I think is a specialist that can help, but as is true of so many specialties, the waiting list is months and months and months long, and it's out of pocket. So it's, even when you get to a stage where you're like, you know what, I'm willing to pay out of pocket, I'll do whatever, if they've got, because it seems as though they have some sense of what this is and how to maybe navigate it and fix it, or at least better manage it. You can't get in. Like, they are booked because there's so many people dealing with this, and it's such a niche little thing. So anyway, I'm gonna go and enjoy a movie, which is one of my happy places, and hopefully I will talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. I should really do something with these eyebrows. Look at this and go, we're somewhere between Joan Crawford and Groucho Marx, always. Thanks, Daddy. Anyway, love y'all. Bye. I opened my eyes around 9 this morning. It is now 11. when it's like this, I need about 4 to 6 hours of rest after I wake up to be able to do something. And that something can be take a shower. I have not been journaling this the way I did initially. Not out of fear, not out of hiding, just exhaustion. So here I sit in my very bright pajamas, trying to add a little spring time, and I've been outside, tried to sit outside for a while because that brings me joy. And then just had that overwhelming sense of, I need to go lay down. And I have been laying down a lot, and it doesn't matter how long you rest. It's the kind of fatigue that rest doesn't cure, but your body will demand that you lay down until it doesn't feel this way, or until the next day comes and you hope you wake up feeling different than you did the day before. So anyway, this has got to be the most uplifting message ever. I keep hearing the scripture, I shared it with Rob, that says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. And I think that's what I'm feeling, is I just feel like these hopeful things get pushed right out of reach, right about the moment that I'm like, yes, I feel alive again. I'm coming. This is it. I'm doing it. I have tended to be someone that, you know, the whole Rocky, I don't remember which 5, 6, 7, whatever version of Rocky it was, where he's talking to his son. He's like, it's not about getting knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up, or how you get back up, or getting back up. I'm like, yeah, that's my motto. And that is true. But I guess right now I'm finding it harder to get back up. That makes me the saddest of all, you know? Like, that's not me. There's a visual I have that there was a year, it was after COVID actually, our first trip to the beach after COVID. So life-giving. And I hadn't been in the ocean a lot in the years prior, just because, I don't know, just wasn't feeling it. But I got in the ocean like when I was a kid, and the waves were really strong. Like, not undertow, and I'm not way out, but, and I mean, I was fighting it like I was fighting some sort of sea creature. And I was just like, bring it on. And, you know, the waves would hit, and it felt Rocky-like, like, yeah. And then another wave would come, and like, yeah, bring it on. And I'm literally yelling. Nobody can hear me because people are doing their own thing, but that's what I feel, who I feel like I am in my inner self, in my core, is bring it on. And these days, I feel like I'm going, where's my white flag? I'm just gonna pull up a white flag because I'd really like so many other people in the world, I'd really like a really long season where the waves were a little more still, a little less aggressive. But that may never be my story, because I know that's not been the story for a lot of people. And I have no reason to believe that it can't be my story, but I also have no reason to believe that it has to be my story. I'm going to continue to try to do my best, leaning in to the Lord, asking Him for some energy, grace. I mean, I don't even have to ask that. He gives it abundantly. It's probably, I have to ask that for myself. Give yourself grace. Here you go. I do, but I don't change that. So I wish this was a how-to video. Here is how to get through this. Here is how to feel better. Here is how. But I would love to be able to share, like, oh, this is how it worked for me. Which is what I've been trying to do with the fashion stuff. Is like, this is how I feel different now when I wear something. This is how amazing you can feel too. This is a how not to film for YouTube. I don't know if this is gonna make it anywhere, but I just needed to say some things out loud. I think for several decades, I have not said things out loud that needed to be said out loud, from how I'm feeling to whatever. And I think that's what this is about for me, is just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Doesn't matter. Just say it. Feel it. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, I hope you all are doing well. I am actually spending today packing for a beach trip with my husband. We don't get away very often, and so when we do, it is a big deal. And this time we were staying at a beach house of some friends of ours that they graciously, kindly, generously allowed us to stay for several days, and we cannot wait. So I just thought I will walk you through my process of packing. Whether that's helpful or not is remains to be seen. I am not a minimalist. I do have a capsule wardrobe, but it's kind of a maximalist capsule wardrobe. You know, like if you pared it all down, I think you would definitely say that fits into capsule wardrobe territory. But I cannot be bound by that kind of rigidity of like you only have this many and that many, and it's just too much, too hard for me, and I'm just being honest. So if you're anything like me, typically in the past, I start packing days, if not sometimes a week or two before we set off to go. And part of that is just because I'm always afraid I'm going to forget something. So what I tend to do is either have a suitcase out in our room on the floor or on a chair or in another bedroom. Now that we have an extra bedroom, since our oldest daughter lives in South Florida, sorry, Elle, I use it as sort of my extra getting ready room, storage, you know, it's just an extra room to be able to put out my suitcase days in advance, and then I can just drop things in it as I think of it. Doesn't mean it's all gonna go with me, but at least that way I'm not in the panic of, gosh, and I do have a list of things, like a packing checking list, but let's be honest, at 56 and the way my brain works these days, that may or may not be helpful because I have to remember to look at the list. I have to remember where it is on my phone, and sometimes even with the search feature, I can't find it. So just saying all that to say that this is just part of what I do as I get ready to go somewhere. The wonderful thing about this is I'm not in the back of my mind having to think, okay, we're doing carry-on only, which I know is quite the thing. I like going carry-on only, especially because of my shoulder issues and back issues and blah, blah, blah. If Rob was not to be with me, that means if I'm taking a checked bag, I am dealing with the lifting. You know, there are, as, Blanche Devereaux said in A Streetcar Named Desire, you know, she depended on the kindness of strangers. Well, I do, but that's just not always practical. And so there are definitely times when Rob and I have gone to, especially short trips, or, you know, somewhere where we're like, you're just not going to have the space for a large checked bag. We will both, he obviously has no problem doing carry-on only, although the older he gets, the more things he has to carry with him as well, like CPAP machines and all that. But just all that to say that I do try at this stage to minimalize my packing because I have chronically been the person who at the last minute goes, but what if I need this? And what about that? And what if this? And so I'm just going to take you through the process of what it feels like as someone who has struggled with that to now, hopefully, and I've done it enough times now that I do feel a lot more confident in what I'm trying to stand like this because I'm also trying to hide that this is my little stand that I video on. It's behind, it's that way, but you can see it in the mirror. So my goal would be to just share with you, as always, just share with you my experiences. And the main thing is that I don't want to feel stressed prior to going via packing, you know, packing being the stressor. And I don't want to feel stressed when I get there, either that I've brought too much and now it just feels overwhelming, or that I didn't bring the right things. And that has been the case even if I do overpack, that I feel that sense of like, oh gosh, I didn't know how to dress for this event or that place we're going out to dinner, or just being comfortable in my clothes because I brought things that aren't really what I want to be wearing when I'm walking on the beach, that sort of thing. So I thought I would just walk you through my process. If it's helpful, yay. If it's not, that's totally understandable too. And this, I think, would be a great travel outfit. And here's why. I'm going to walk you through what I have on and why I think it's helpful. So for my shoes, I have on these, I think they were literally $14 or $15 sandals from Walmart, but they're very chic looking to me, because I love the gold. I've shown them to you before in a video. And I like the idea, again, we're not traveling via plane, we're driving, and so wearing sandals would work. If I were to be going by plane, I would probably not choose the sandals, simply because even though we have pre-TSA, we have global entry, I think we're thinking about getting clear. Like, we have all the ways to get through security faster and not have to take your shoes off. And in fact, that I think is not a thing in any of the lines anymore. However, from what I understand, sometimes that memo hasn't reached every state, every airport, every TSA agent. And so sometimes you still have to remove your shoes. And I'm not a fan of walking in the airport barefoot. So just on the side of precaution, I would at least wear something that I could either have a socklet or socks on if I had to remove my shoes for whatever reason. So I'm thinking about wearing these simply because the minute we get there, we can go walk around. This is not a sightseeing trip. This is literally, we are going to rest and relax and just enjoy each other's company. And the biggest agenda on our list would be going out to dinner at night because we can. And we're also semi-celebrating my birthday and our anniversary. It's not this week, but it's this month, and that's kind of how we do it. I've shared that already. So shoes for driving, I don't drive. I mean, I drive, but I'm not driving on this trip. So for travel by vehicle, I am very comfortable wearing my little sandals. If I go to the airport, I would wear something that was more closed-toed, that sort of thing. The pants, these are a cotton linen blend from Amazon, and I think Pinterest suggested these for me, and I love them. They are so soft, so comfortable, and very breathable. What I also like is they are, not to be sharing too much, but they are elastic and drawstring, and I could wear things tucked in should I want to. But what I also like, because they're a little bit long, and the reason I want it, I'm glad that they're a little bit long, is that if I want to wear a little kitten heel, to wear these as, like, we're going out to dinner to a nice restaurant and I don't want to wear sandals or sneakers or tennis shoes, I can put on little kitten heels with this, and I probably will for another outfit. But to make it where it looks for me the way I want it to look with sandals, so you can see the little gold things, is I just turn it under. Like, that's what short girls do. We just turn that under. And then this top, so this is Amazon. The top is from Quince. I don't have a lot of Quince pieces, but I have a handful. And this is one that it is actually strapless. And I have got on, yes, a regular bra with it. It's one of my wide strip bra. But it is so comfortable. It isn't tight. And I left my regular bra on for 2 reasons. One, because I probably would wear it like this with my regular bra, just because sometimes if I'm having to wear it for hours on end, like a long car trip or even in an airplane, whatever, wearing a strapless bra and constantly feeling that, whether it is falling down or just feeling like it's falling down, I would be messing with it all the time, I feel like. And this way, I don't really think about it. And this top is very secure but not tight, and I have not had to fiddle with it. It has elastic in the back and this nice soft band in the front. Sorry if I keep hitting my microphone, but it is so pretty, and I can wear it. I'm going to be able to wear it with a few other things that I'm going to show you in a little bit, and I will take my strapless bra should I want to wear it just by itself. The one thing I will say again, if you're traveling via airplane, the downside might be that I have heard that even wearing like this shirt, if it looks like a jacket and they require you to take off your jacket, you're going to be going through the metal detector thing like this. I don't know if that would bother me, because if I just wore it as a strapless thing, it wouldn't bother me, but maybe having my bra strap show might make me feel a little funny, but it's just something to think about. So so what I would suggest is there's other shirts, reach over here. There's other shirts that I'm going to take to go with this outfit in case I don't want to wear the strapless one, although I just love the way this looks. I have a very soft t-shirt. It's very flowy. It's not highly structured. It's a V-neck, all of which I enjoy. I do have what they call the classic cotton t-shirt. I think this is a cotton modal blend from Loft from last year. And then this is 2 years old and it's from Old Navy, but I like it because it's a t-shirt, but it's got a little extra. There's a poplin sleeve I've worn this several times and it doesn't get easily wrinkled, which is surprising. So there may be a hint of polyester in the sleeve. I'm not really sure. But this could be something if I wanted to wear the crew neck and then wear a long chain to create that V that I've talked about before. So these are my options in terms of what I would wear under this, especially if I decided that would be too risky. But again, I'm traveling by car, I'm not worried. The other option, if I don't want this to show, because every once in a while as I've been walking around, you can see it when you gotta do this. So the other thing is to have fashion tape. Let me show you what that looks like. This is what they call Hollywood fashion tape. I get it on Amazon, and it has been a game changer on so many levels for so many things. I use it for belts because if there's an extra extension and it just is flapping, I can put, this is basically two-sided tape is all it is. And you can put that on your belts and that holds them in. You can put it on shirts like this. If I don't want it to go anywhere, I could simply put the two-sided tape here. It would stick either to my skin or I could stick it onto the shirt underneath. And then I'm guaranteed it's not going to move around and nobody's going to see it. It's really easy to use. I keep it in my makeup bag because I don't want to be without it, just for whatever reason. You never know when you're going to need fashion tape or two-sided tape. But you peel off the sides of one side, stick it down, and then peel off the other side and stick down whatever you want on it. So it comes in a 3-pack, but look how many you get in a 3-pack. You get how many you get in one pack. Like, that's great. And it's very small. It fits in your purse. It fits in, like I said, I keep it in my makeup bag because that I always know I'm going to have with me. And I wouldn't do without this now. I didn't know it was a thing until a year or so ago. And so my third layer, and I think I've talked about this probably more than you've wanted to hear, but I do get cold when I go into stores, especially if we're in warm weather, and then you walk into restaurants and stores and the air conditioning is blasting. I love to have a third layer. I tend to be cold-natured anyway, so whether we're in the car, because Rob is hot-natured, and that has been the bane of our marriage for all of eternity, is the temperature gauging. And thank goodness when they finally came out with the dual thing where I could have my temp and he could have his temp. It still doesn't really help because, it's not like there's a wall between us, but you do what you got to do. So I always have typically a third layer, unless I just know I'm going to be outside for the entirety of whatever we're doing. But this is a shirt that I got. It is a linen tencel lisel blend. It is super soft. It looks and feels like it's 100% linen. And I think it holds its structure as far as the wrinkleability or lack thereof. It doesn't wrinkle as badly, I think, because of the added tencel and lisel. But it is, I guess, 2 years old that I got this at TJMaxx and Marshalls. Love the colors because it tends to be the colors that I travel with. I tend to go with ivory white, blues, and this chocolate brown. It just is very easy. I've shared that before. It's very easy for my brain to go, hey, this is what we like to go visit places in. I can do bright pops of red, yellows, all of that any day of the week. I love that. But for travel, sometimes this just seems to be an easy go-to. And for this trip, I think I'm still processing what I'm going to take, but I do think I'm going to probably add some color, not to this outfit, but to the entire wardrobe, just simply because we are going to go out and celebrate a few things. So anyway, just wanted to give that long explanation for the very first outfit to kind of explain where my head is. This is sort of one of my outfit formulas. If you've heard people talk about their outfit formulas, and if you're going, what does that even mean? It just means that you can have, if you don't have already, I have learned there are certain silhouettes and certain combinations of clothing that I really love and that work for me. And that, like here, is a pair of pants, usually something that feels almost like a skirt. I don't tend to, like, I was very relieved when skinny jeans went out because that's not, I don't enjoy that very much. I don't mind wearing something that's straight or a little more fitted, but this tends to be my sweet zone of comfortability. And that's because, again, it looks, if you didn't know it, it looks like a skirt. I like a good dress, especially in this season of my life. So wide leg or palazzo or just a little bit of movement in my pants, favorite. Shirts, if I had an addiction in my clothing, one, it's dresses, clearly, but it's also white or ivory or cream tops, simply because they go with everything. And I have a hard time when I see something that's really high quality, the fabrics that I like or a silhouette that I love, I have a hard time saying no to that white ivory cream top, as opposed to, say, something that's purple or green. I can be like, no, I'm good. Even if it's 100% linen, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Because this kind of top, can't say no to. This is a Quince top. I think I said that. Here's my tip for you for Quince. I don't know if this is just me. I've never heard anybody else say this, and this may just be how I think in my head. But the reason I shop so much at TJMaxx and Marshalls, we've discussed that before. I love the quality, love the prices, but I also tend to buy them more quickly to think about it because they sell out so fast. And you have 40 days if you buy it online, and you have 30 days if you buy it in store to return it. Quince, if I find something on Quince, I tend to put it in my basket, online cart, and then make a wish list. And I send it to my family because they're always, for years, they were like, Mom or Honey, what do you want? And I'd go, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Because I really didn't know at that point. But now I'm like, oh girl, I got a list for you. You want to know what's on my wish list? Here it is. And with Quince, it doesn't matter if they bought it for me in February for my Mother's Day present. Great, because Quince has a 365-day return policy as long as it's still, you have the tags and all of that. So there's no danger if it's a gift of not being able to return it or only being able to get store credit or whatever it is. So I save my Quince wish list for gifts, for when people want to give me a gift, if that makes sense. Because I'm going to naturally shop at TJMaxx and Marshalls anyway. I just know, oh, I've got to get it fast because it's going to be gone. I can always return it, but if I don't get it now. So anyway, I just thought I would include that little tip if that's helpful for you. If you want to make a wish list, include primarily Quince or places like that. I don't know of another retailer that does 365-day return policy, but maybe you do and you can let us know. So the other part of my outfit formula is the third layer. Third layer just adds so much interest to any outfit that you have on, and that can be a jacket, a sweater. I do a lot of shirts as a third layer. I try to make sure it's not in a frumpy way or a shackety way that is now no longer in style. I try to keep it current as much as I can. You know, I'm not going to be perfect at this, and I don't live in a situation where people are looking at me constantly and judging me based on what I'm wearing. So I'm not worried that, wait, am I? Maybe I am. Maybe I am now. I don't know. But I'm saying that to say that I don't worry about every day that if I go out somewhere and I'm not on point in every aspect. That's not my real life. My real life is I do the best I can, and I want to be comfortable, and I feel good in it, and if I feel good in it, then that's okay. And I'm checking in. Is this on trend? Okay, I can work with this. So this is one of my main outfit formulas, and I hope even just that part might be helpful for you. So enough about all that. I'm going to move on, and we are going to start figuring out what to pack for my trip to the beach with my husband. Don't know why. You get all of this for free. All of it. It's just you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, since we talked about it, I thought I would just include what it would look like to kind of change this up for an airport travel outfit. It's not a huge change. I've got the same bra on. I've got put on that very, very comfortable V-neck t-shirt so that if I do need to take this shirt off, just either because I get hot or going through security, whatever it might be, then there's nothing funky and I don't feel any kind of way. I could always put that little top in my bag, and if I got there and that was really what I wanted to wear for the first thing we did when we went out, say to eat or whatever, I could do that. But this, it's basically the same thing. I just changed out the top and I changed into what they're calling sneakerinas. They're sneakers and ballerina slippers or ballerina flats that have combined. As I said earlier in another video, they had a baby and here they are. And I love them. These could not be more comfortable if they tried. But this way you can not be worried. You can I would wear a little socklet with it if I was worried about taking my shoes off, but it's also much more sanitary than flip-flops or something like that, that if they were to come off, you know, it's kind of gross. Here's where you can see what it looks like with two different kinds of totes. One is a very, very summery, very beachy, the basket with the sweet little stripe. I got that at a consignment sale for $10. It still had the tags on it. It is so cute. I have loved it. I have worn it a lot. You'll see it again. It's definitely something I'm going to take with me, and definitely something I could take on the airplane if that was my personal item, because it's got enough room that if I wanted to pack in, especially if I'm not like going overseas for 2 weeks where I have to make sure that it's an optimal thing. I have a backpack for that. A very, what I think is elegant backpack, but a backpack nonetheless. But if I'm just going down, say, to South Florida to see my daughter or somewhere else, this would be plenty. And the other one is a I believe Bottega lookalike that I got 2 years ago on sale, on clearance at TJMaxx and Marshalls. So I'll see if there's anything similar that I can link, but these are more just to give you ideas of what you could do and still look put together. The biggest thing that I have learned about all of this, it's just about intentionality. I never knew how important that was. In fact, I saw a picture of me recently when we went to Israel several years ago. I think it was my second or third trip. I know it sounds like such a flex. I'm traveling all over the world. But nonetheless, this was what it looked like. I had the right items for the trip, but the color palette was all over the place. And while I love color, I would have loved to have understood the rule of intentionality of trying to coordinate those things. I did not feel confident, rarely ever did when I went on a trip, because again, I'm just hodgepodging and running to TJMaxx and Marshalls at the last minute trying to figure out what should I take, what do I need? And that is no longer, thank goodness, part of my life. But that just gives you an example. Could I do that again? Of course. There's no law against it. There's no fashion police going to stop me on the street about it. But I didn't feel good. I didn't feel confident about how I walked through the world. I remember vividly how I felt. And now it's not that I feel arrogant walking through the world, but I do feel more confident. I feel that I've taken the time to be intentional. I understand why I didn't feel good in that outfit. And now, even with this super relaxed, very comfortable outfit, I feel good in it. I feel confident in it. I feel like I belong in that space, whatever that space is, because of what I'm wearing. So, and who I am and whose I am and all of that, of course. But we're just talking about clothes at the moment. So that's why I'm focused on that. Anyway, next up, just want to share, this is how it starts. I pull out my very favorite things or things that I know I'm going to need for an event or the location. And so this is what, this is where the narrowing down starts. Again, no judging. So as you can see, it's mostly the same color scheme, even of just my favorite things that I want to bring. There's no way for 7 days that one would need this much, but this is where I start to narrow it down. And it, again, favorite colors to travel with are blue, the ivories, the creams, and then some version of brown or tan. And I've got two of my new favorite colors in there are the yellows and the pinks. So now the editing process begins. I know in writing, there are two kinds of writers, from what I understand. There are people who are what they call outliners, and they outline everything and they follow that outline to a T, and they know from beginning to end how the book, the novel, is going to go. And then there are seat of the pantsers, which means you write as it comes to you. And I found out in my first and only book that I've written that I am, by nature and by nurture and all of the above, a seat of the pantser. And I think it's the same way when I'm editing for travel, that I have to put it all out in front of me and then I can whittle it down to what I actually need and what I'll actually carry. Okay, just thought I'd share. This is narrowed down a bit. This is evening wear, day wear, bathing suit cover-ups. But I think I can still pare it down some more. We'll see. Okay, this is another thing that I have found I really enjoy playing around with. And what I mean is that I like the idea of something very comfortable, almost slouchy looking, the blousy pants, not lousy, blousy, meaning the linen pants that have the movement to them, and pairing that with a very structured top, something that would feel very buttoned up if you wore it the traditional way. But I would love walking around, if this is the day we decide to go, I don't know, exploring where we're going in ways we haven't before, and say we start out in the morning and it's cool and I want long sleeves. This is cotton, 100% cotton, TJMaxx and Marshalls. It is Tommy Hilfiger, $25. The pants, again, Amazon, I forget the price, not a lot, but they're linen and cotton. And then these tennis shoes that I got at TJMaxx and Marshalls several months ago, and they have a little bit of a platform. They're not the low profile, although they're not high profile, but they do have a little bit of a platform, which for me, I really like, because again, short, but most of all, they're incredibly comfortable. And I like the pairing. I like the sandwich of the pink shades on the bottom and the pink shade on the top. The other great thing is, just like with the brown and blue and white striped shirt, if I decided that, you know what, ooh, I'm hot, I could open it up, wear this as the outside jacket, the third layer, no problem, and still look really put together. And if I needed to lose it altogether, I've got that same white t-shirt up underneath it. So this is the kind of thing that I work through in my mind, that this is a shirt I can take with me, pair it with something incredibly low-key, comfortable, all of it's breathable, but I can also later dress it up, wear it with a pair of dress pants or a skirt if I want to. I'll see if I can pair those for you to show you what I mean. But I really wanted to take one of these shirts because I just find them so versatile. And I thought, ooh, pink, brown, white, this all goes together. So hope that helps. This is what I would probably wear on day 2. So here's another outfit idea. I'm not suggesting by any means that you only wear your one pair of brown pants the entire week by any stretch of the imagination. But if you are packing carry-on only, it's an idea, because all you have to do is change tops and change the 3rd layer, and no one's going to know the difference besides maybe you and your spouse, or you and your family, or you and whoever you're traveling with. And if you're on a group tour, they're not going to know the difference. I promise. And you can always, what I plan to do is, if I'm taking these and say again, most of our time is probably going to be sitting by the pools, going walks on the beach. So the weather is going to be a little, not cooler, but it's not going to be sweltering hot so that every day I just want to be, in very little clothes at all. And that does not sound right, does it at all? I think you know what I'm saying, but it is going to be where I have to think through that it's probably, because if it rains, it's going to be a little cooler, because it's not steamy temperatures. It's going to feel like, I think one of the days it may get as low as in the 60s and it be rainy, and that's going to be chilly for me. Like anything under 75 degrees feels cold to me. Anyway. This is a top I showed in the last video. I just got it from TJMaxx and Marshalls. Love it. I find it incredibly, again, it's white, so it's super versatile for me, but it's also particularly my style. And it feels very feminine and all the things, and dressy, but you can put it with linen pants and it still looks good. So this is what I would wear, I think, if we went out, say, to lunch or somewhere where I don't have to be super high-end dressy, but I want to feel put together. I want to feel elegant. I mean, I'm with my husband. It's sort of our anniversary week, so I'm going to want to look at the very least cute. Although every time I say the word cute, I think of Bull Durham and the quote, if you are a movie person and you know, where Susan Sarandon goes, honey, or baby, women don't like to be called cute. Baby ducks are cute. Women want to be interesting and exotic. And she was 100% right. I don't want to be called cute. But there's a place for cute, and going to the beach sometimes cute is a good thing. And so this feels very cute, but it also feels elegant. It also feels like my style. It's also extremely comfortable because it's 100% cotton, linen cotton, and these are little block heels with my funky little globe cyclops shoes, as I call them. I like them a lot because they are a statement, but they are super comfortable, and I could walk around if we decided to go, I don't know, shopping. Where we're going has a great outlet mall, so I feel sure there'll be a little bit of in-person shopping if I feel good. And hey, 2 days in a row, I'm feeling good. So anyway, just wanted to show you just another idea of brown pants are like black pants or like denim. They tend to go with a lot of things, and brown, I think, is even more versatile than black because, one, it's not so harsh, especially for spring and summer, and I'm hard-pressed to find colors that don't go with it well. Blues, yellows, pinks, lavender, like I think all of those really go well with brown. So anyway, these are my thoughts, and here are some ideas. All right, I showed these in my last video. I love them. These are linen blend short that are, I think these might be 3 inches, maybe 4, but not, I don't think they're 4. I think they're 3 inches in depth. Shorter works better if you are short. Petite, which is 5'4" and under. That's why I tend to like shorts, because it makes me look like I have long legs. And these are the ones that have the lovely embroidery in it. I like it. You kind of have to be up close to see it, but I really love just knowing it's there. It feels, again, very elegant. Has a scalloped edge, which I think works well with the ruffle edge of this shirt. So these shorts will go well with each of the tops and the outer layers that I've shown already. So I'm gonna pull those over and just hold it in front of me so you can see what I mean, so that if you are just wanting to focus on a capsule wardrobe that you can mix and match like Garanimals, this is how to do it. Okay, this one, obviously, it's a t-shirt. It's gonna go great. It's just like this, only less dressy. So if you wanna dress it down and you wanna put this on by itself with shorts, that works. If you want to put this on with, hold on, feeling like Vanna White, over here, over there. If you want to put this on and then put the pink on top as your third layer, yes, this is the original bag because you know how I do. I have to keep it until I decide for sure, but I'm pretty sure I've decided for sure. And look, I mean, pink, red in the same family. Looks great. You could wear this by itself without the white t-shirt and just tuck it in or tie it in a knot so that it's super summery. I know this is not the greatest way to show this, but you get the idea. So that would look amazing. And I plan to wear this like that while we're there. And again, that gives me the option of being super casual, somewhere in between, kind of cute, and then a little bit more structured, a little bit more elevated. Same for this top, the strapless, I couldn't get the word out. The strapless top would look amazing with these red shorts. And if it's really warm and I'm feeling it, that would be perfect. I could wear this under the pink shirt if I wanted to, or this. Although these are red, this still would go together, and I could find another way to pull in a pop of red to make it cohesive, whether that's the purse that I carry, the shoes that I put on, or jewelry. I could wear red earrings, and that would pull in the red so that it doesn't look super mismatched. Not everything has to be in the same color family to work. You just have to sort of pair it with something else. So again, I could wear a red ball cap. I have one of those. If I wanted to do that, that would be kind of fun. So just keep that in mind. If you want to have a pop of color that isn't neutral and understated, the best thing to do is find a way to pull it in a second area of your body. Shoes, jewelry, earrings, hat, necklace, something like that. I definitely intend on bringing these white shorts. I know that this is white on white on white, but that's okay. That is definitely a tonal look, and it's the beach, and so everybody's wearing white. But if you wanted to add a color to it, you could add a colored belt if you wanted to, especially with these kind of shorts. They lend themselves to that. These are a linen blend that I got, again, probably 2 years ago at TJMaxx and Marshalls. I love the fact that they are very loose fitting and drapey and feel like a little mini skirt, which I am not opposed to even at 56, almost 57. I could add a pop of color in my shoes or my purse or whatever if I wanted to add a little color to this. Oh, I know. Hold on. Wait a second. I am definitely bringing this cardigan. I think I've shared in multiple videos now how much I love it. And look at that. So fun. Just brings in another color. And these, again, this can be worn with the brown bottoms, the red shorts, the white shorts. This gives me that if I need it in air conditioning, just adds that extra pop. And if I realize I've showed you like 7 pairs of shoes. Told you I'm not a minimalist. But if I narrow them down, I'll let you know. But I also have a pair of yellow shoes. Let me show you those. Right, here we are with the yellow shoes, the white shorts, the white top, the yellow cardigan. I do feel very Buffy in this. I love wearing kitten heels or these kind of shoes. This is a kitten heel wedge, meaning just a short wedge. I love wearing these with shorts, again, because the type of shorts I like to wear feel like a skirt, so that doesn't feel weird to me. And are you wrong in that you're seeing cellulite all through here? You ain't wrong. These are my not so well-toned legs. Working on it. I'm really making progress, I feel like, but it's never going to be fast at this stage of life. And it may never get back to where I once was when I was 20 or 17, because that's just not realistic. But I am not going to shy away from wearing shorts when I like wearing shorts. And it's hot. And my cellulite, I've said this before, if that's offensive to someone, then that suddenly becomes their problem, not mine. So I will, loud and proud, walk around with my cellulite thighs and my kitten heel wedges, because I want to wear these yellow shoes as much as I possibly can spring and summer, because I absolutely love them. They could not be more comfortable. And I'm just not going to shy away from wearing something that I like and that makes me feel pretty and confident. And these yellow shoes, they do. They really, really do. So anyway, just thought I'd show this is a fun way to make an all white outfit kind of come alive a little bit. You don't need it, but it does feel like a ray of sunshine just to add a little yellow. I could do that with pink. I could do that with red. I could do that with, I have a navy blue sweater I'm going to show you. I could do that with any of those. So moving on. What could be more nautical than navy and white? And more beach-like, and they just happen to be two of my very favorite colors. And I've got them on with the Sneakerinas again, the linen blend shorts, and this is a 100% merino wool sweater, which might sound like wool at the beach. Have you lost your mind? Maybe. I don't think so, because it's incredibly lightweight. I was going to say thin, but that indicates, I think, might give the connotation that it's cheaply made. It's not. It's just very lightweight. Perfect for these in-between days. And like I said earlier, there's going to be rain while we're there. It could be in the 60s, it could be in the 70s, and for me that means chilly. So if I'm warm enough to wear shorts, but I kind of want to wear something that's going to keep me a little toastier, this is a great sweater cardigan that I can wear as a top itself, or I could just layer it over the pink Oxford, the blue striped shirt from the very beginning, the white shirt, the yellow cardigan that I wore as a shirt. It's 100% cotton, so that's not going to be quite as toasty feeling as something that is 100% wool. So I could layer that over the top of this, or vice versa. I could wear that yellow as a top and layer this over the top if I needed it. So there's all those combinations, and it goes with every bottom. I'm going to show you real quick. While I'm thinking about it, I think I show you what my my picking out clothes, getting ready looks like with my stand that I have. It's a ring light that's the new version of a ring light. But I want to show you these random things because before I forget. These this is what I know, it's that whole this is I wanted you to hear that it's wooden and not plastic. This is a wooden pants and, for me, sleeveless top kind of thing. But what I really love, I'm in the mode of wanting matching hangers because it just makes my brain feel much more peaceful if things match. But what I wanted to show you are these little hooks that I found on Amazon. And it's so great because you can, especially when I'm trying to figure out outfits, and instead of having to hold it up or figure it out, they literally just hook on like that, like a little fish hook, only doesn't hurt you. And you can hook the shirt to it or the pants or whatever it may be. And so this is what I did for the front, and the back is magically connected here with this hook. So I just wanted to show you that. Thought those are cool. I like it. I have done multiple like tank tops. If I don't have room, I don't have a huge dresser. Rob has just installed drawers in our closet. Up until then, I haven't had drawers. I've got plastic drawers because the other houses we had room for more things, and this one is just, it's designed funky. And anyway, but we had large walk-in closets, so everything has been hung up. But now I can put things in drawers. But before I would have tank tops, and you could literally just do multiples of these and cascade down as long as you have room to hang them up. So I wanted to share that with y'all because I really love them. But the whole point of that was to show you how navy blue and chocolate look amazing together. This top with this over the shoulder. So here, imagine this is a this is how it would look. This would work if it got chillier than one would expect at the beach. With rain as a possibility and the temperatures not hitting 80, it might be chilly enough for that. I'm gonna show you what it looks like with the red shorts. Ta-da! You could do 4th of July in something like this. I don't know that we're gonna need wool by 4th of July, but if you did, maybe you live somewhere that it's still like that. I always think in the mode of the Southeast because that's where I've lived the most of my life. But anyway, just wanted to show you, obviously this goes together well. The navy has become a staple in my wardrobe because it is so versatile. It's like the chocolate brown. It's not as harsh on my skin as black is anymore. I still like black, but I just find I have to be very careful. It has to not be right up on my face that's just like, evidently it's part of the aging process that many of us don't wear black as well as we used to. And I used to be a full-on winter. I think I'm now is it a spring? I think I've like morphed into a spring, and part of that is aging and part of that is going with blonde hair versus dark hair. This would go well, I think I've already said that, with the pink shirt, this wrapped over that. So again, the whole idea is how can I Garanimal it that everything mixes and matches. I am not under that kind of pressure for this trip. I could take my entire closet if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I could. And so just wanted to give some ideas of how you could do that for your casual, everyday, being at the beach, maybe going to somewhere for lunch, that kind of thing. Now, the really hard part is I am going to show you jeans. I'm going to pack one pair of jeans for sure. It's a soft denim, just because they're comfortable, and sometimes in where we're staying with the air conditioner cranked, again, I'm going to be cold. So I'm going to show you that, but with the same tops so that you can see that everything mixes and matches. But the real hard part is going to be me narrowing down my dresses for evening wear or even for day wear, because I like to bring dresses and I like to dress up. So think Dynasty, think Downton Abbey, that whatever we do at the end of the day, I am going to that evening find something to wear that feels more glamorous. So here we go. We'll see. Nothing like a good pair of jeans to be comfortable, but also look put together. And these were the jeans that I highlighted in my last video that I got at a consignment sale. I think that they are the Bella Stretch version of them. They're normally $50 on their website. I got them at the consignment sale for $25. But I thought they are so comfortable. They're literally stretchy, so I'm sure they're not 100% cotton, but they are predominantly cotton and stretchy, and just feel really in the spring. I've worn them several times already, and just thought I would show how that very first outfit with the top that I wore kind of as a jacket obviously can be worn as a shirt that you can tuck in, and I could add a belt. I could dress this up with heels if I wanted to, little kitten heels that I have, or these little loafers that have a pointed toe, which helps give that elongation even if I'm not up on my tiptoes. The merino wool sweater, again, it's incredibly lightweight, and it drapes and lays incredibly well over shirts and things, even better than the little cotton ones do, because it doesn't have that much bulk that they have. If you are, again, somewhere that is a little bit cooler, or you just get chilly, these are ways to do that and always have it with you, and you don't have to make that decision about the temperature. How am I going to feel? This shirt itself, because it's such a great linen blend, it feels like air. Like it would never feel hot. This is going to give you just enough warmth. Most of these pieces that I'm sharing with you may be sold out, because a lot of them were from 2 years ago, and TJMaxx and Marshalls just doesn't hold on to clothes that long. But the whole idea, I'm just trying to give you ideas, and you may already have these kinds of things in your closet, or if you don't, you can go to Pinterest and just start making a Pinterest board. I highly recommend that. That one gives you a sense of your own style, which helps when you go shopping. But algorithms being what they are, it will suggest things as soon as it starts realizing, oh, she likes merino wool, or oh, she's looking for a navy cardigan, oh, for summer, for spring. They'll start popping up ads for places that have these kinds of things, even if I'm not able to supply that for you, or the jeans or the shirts. It is how advertising and marketing works in 2026. So, okay, that is, I think, as I said, that should conclude our everyday wear. Let's get into the nighttime and the dresses. Let's see what I feel like wearing on our dates. So I was gonna try on all the dresses, and I suddenly got really tired. So I realized I have video of all of those dresses. The first one is a lovely strapless, embroidered with blue. It is so beautiful, and I felt so beautiful the first time I put it on, and I have been dying to take that because it hasn't been quite that warm here. I do have a cerulean blue jacket that I could wear with it if it's chilly. The other dress is this yellow dress that just feels so flowy and elegant, and again, may not be warm enough for it, but I have that yellow cardigan that I could always wear with it. I don't know that it's really the cardigan kind of dress, but if I had to, or I have, you know what, I'll bring a wrap. I have some wraps that are, I think they are cashmere and silk. I still can't believe that I say these words out loud and I'm talking about myself, that yes, I have a cashmere and silk wrap. And the only way I'm getting that is because of places like Quince and places like TJMaxx and Marshalls, because it's in a price range that feels palatable, that feels accessible. And so that's why I go on and on about them, is because it brings fabrics into my world that I found out, but like anybody, I love, but they're accessible. And for most people with the kind of budgets we have, that okay, I can do that. And the other dress that everything is sort of yellow, in that yellow or beige kind of thing. It's like pink. I'm in my pink era. Oh, by the way, this is a Walmart cotton. I think it's cotton modal blend, and if it's still available, I'm going to link it because I love this top. I wear it as a shirt. I wear it as a pajama top with my linen pants that a few videos back that I said I might just keep these as pajama bottoms. Well, I did, and I love them, and they were $16 or $17, so that's even less expensive than Quince linen pajamas for sure. So, but this is how I combine those two things, but it is so soft. Love it. Went back and reordered, and I think they were this is like $9 or $10, maybe 12. And I went back and ordered it in white, and I got a second pink one because I didn't want to. I tend to eat like a toddler, and so I didn't want to mess this up and not have one as a pajama top. But then I wanted one so I could wear it as a top as well if I'm wearing it as pajamas, you know. So I wanted to share this with y'all, and I will link that as well. The third dressy outfit that I am going to take it for sure is this yellow vest top and pants, so I can wear my yellow shoes. And because I absolutely love it, and again, it's not been really warm enough or had enough places that I haven't worn it this season yet. I wore it last year a lot, and I want to wear it this year. And again, if it gets chilly, I can put the yellow cardigan on. That outfit makes me feel really beautiful and elegant, and it's one of Rob's favorites as well. And I'm going to trail off with this packing video. I may come back on if I get a burst of energy and sort of wrap it up and show you everything in a row. Just when I realize, like, okay, I have this amount of pieces of clothing, and of course I have bathing suits and I have cover-ups, and I can show you the cover-ups that I'm planning on taking. I'm probably going to take a lot of them that I chose, just so I can see if I like them still. Again, I keep tags on everything. And I don't know if you knew this, but TJMaxx and Marshalls, while I don't like to abuse this, it is a perk of shopping there, is yes, there's 30 days if you buy something in store, you have to return it. 40 days if you buy something online, you return it, and you get your money back however you paid for it. So if it's on a credit card, it goes back, or if it was cash, you get it back. But they also have pretty unlimited return policy, much like Walmart used to be, that as long as you have a receipt for it, they will give you store credit for it, even if it's past the 40 days. And I ain't hating that. And so what happens a lot of times, if I haven't worn something, or if I just suddenly, it doesn't happen often, especially now because I'm doing this so often. But there have been occasions where I go, oh, it's day 45. I take it in, I have the receipt, obviously, especially because if I'm ordering it online, it's on the app, or if it's in store, they send you an email. So everything is electronic. I don't lose it like I used to with the pieces of paper when you get a paper receipt, although I still get both. But I can get store credit, and that feels wonderful to be able to still go, okay, I didn't lose. Unlike somewhere like Old Navy, I love Old Navy clothes. I think they do a great job of affordability and a lot of cotton, a lot of linen. But if you miss that 30-day deadline, that's it. And that is your garment forever. And you cannot return it or exchange it. You cannot get store credit. That's it. And that's reasonable as a business. But as someone whose life doesn't always fit into the get it done mode, including get it done, return that, I tend to shy away a lot from ordering there now, unless I know it is something that I am definitely going to wear and not have to worry about returning it, because it's pretty brutal. It's a cutoff, baby. That's what I like about TJMaxx and Marshalls. They're very gracious for those people like me. Okay, that also bathing suits, cover-ups. You saw several of the totes or handbags. I don't know that I won't take all of those. I just wanted to show, like, if I was going to the airport, these are totes that I have, and you might find something similar. But I did want to show you some new hats and some old hats that I have, because I love wearing hats on vacation. I love wearing hats, period. My mother was a diehard hat fan. I used to hear stories about her. Her mom never went to church on a Sunday without wearing a hat. And I think for her, it was a lifelong dream to live during an era again where women wore hats regularly. Didn't really get there, but she didn't care. She wore them on Easter. This year, in memory of her, I wore a hat with my one of the many Easter services, the actual Easter Day service, and it fit in. I felt really well with the outfit, and I felt beautiful, but I felt close to her wearing that hat. Gosh, so hats always make me feel very connected to my mom, who passed away it's 3.5 years right now. It'll soon be 4. But so I want to show you. This is a hat that TJMaxx and Marshalls have. I love this style as well. Again, what do I have here? I have the bag that they came in case I need to return it, because I still haven't decided. But I just thought, so chic. Can't wait to wear it like that original, the brown pants. I think this will look amazing with that. And what I have tried, another thing I've realized is, as I'm looking for these hats, I'm looking for raffia and paper. And they are way less expensive at TJMaxx and Marshalls than Nordstrom or even Nordstrom Rack. Even for paper and raffia, they're $150, $200, $300 for a hat. I'm like, only because I don't think I could be that careful with hats I take on vacation. They're gonna get smushed, something's gonna happen to them. But anyway, I thought this was so pretty. Love the banding on that. I will list that if it's still available. This one I really like. It reminded me of Maria on Sound of Music when she's, walking down the, I am confident and confident, and, all of that. I don't sing. There's a reason why I don't sing. So Maria, Sound of Music. Love this kind of fun. I'm planning to wear this again. I think this is paper or raffia. I know it's not polyester. It is natural breathable, because my head sweats. Of all things, like, I stay cold nature, but my feet can be cold, they sweat, and my head, if I put something on it, is going to sweat. Love this. Tried it on. Love it, love it. I will link that for you. You've seen some of the other hats that I've collected wearing at different occasions. This is an old hat. I got this at Nordstrom Rack. I love it because it's the chocolate brown. Paris, one of my favorite cities in the entire world that I finally got to go to 2 years ago, and it works super fun, great. I love this especially for vacation, but anytime, especially if it's day 5 and I haven't washed my hair, you're gonna see that a lot. And I got this at Nordstrom Rack again a couple of years ago. I loved it. I thought the pink tweed, like, how fun is that? I wouldn't recommend wearing it over your sunglasses, but you get the idea. Like, this is so fun, and it's tweed, and it looks very, she and ladies go to lunch kind of thing, but it's a cap, a ball cap. So like that a lot. And finally, I wanted to give a huge shout out to my best friend who has an embroidery business, and she gave me this cap. It may have been 12 years ago, maybe? I can't remember. She's been doing embroidery for a long time, and she is phenomenal at it. And so I'm going to list her info here. You can follow her on Instagram, on Facebook. She does orders all over the nation. She's just absolutely phenomenal at this, and don't measure what she does by how how I've treated the cap over the last 13 years or 14 years or how many ever. It's been over a decade for sure, but it's my bright red cap. Once upon a time, red was my favorite color. Now it sort of sits in the background. I pull it out every once in a while. As I've said, I'm in my pink era, I'm in my yellow era, but this red cap looks great with so many of the red shorts with the white top. I thought this would be so fun if I'm in the mood for a cap. I still have this one. I've had it for, like I said, over a decade. I mean, that's how amazing the quality of her work is. So, and her name is Kelley, and she will treat you right. Let me just say that. So I just wanted to give a shout out to her. I love female-owned businesses. If I can champion that in any way, I will, but especially for someone as deserving as she is. So, oh, gosh, thank you all so much for hanging in with me for this. I have a lot of video set to edit. I have not felt well enough even to edit over the last month. And so there's things that you're going to look at and go, that seems like that was way earlier in the spring. It was. It was. But I am going to try to get things fully edited and then just, slowly release them so that I have a little bit of a window as I find clothing that I get excited about and want to get it out faster, because otherwise, especially with TJMaxx and Marshalls, you're just going to miss them because they sell out so quickly. But anyway, thank you. I have felt your prayers. I have felt your care throughout all of this, and I am thankful for days like yesterday and today where I feel good. I felt it last night, like, "Ooh, you kind of pushed it a little bit." I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And today it's not that late in the day, and I felt energetic enough to start filming early. I'm excited. I wanted to get this done before we leave for our trip so that I can edit on the ride there and during my trip, because that's fun for me. That's creative. But it is the whole, it costs something. It costs energy points, and so I've hit that wall. Like I said, I may have a revival in a little bit and go, "Oh, I'm back. Let me tell you about something," as I tend to do. So thank you. You are all have been so gracious to me and kind. And I do want to ask once again, we have been teetering on 99 subscribers. I didn't know that I would be this excited about reaching almost 100 subscribers. I realize most of the time when you hear people getting excited about those numbers, there's a K that follows it. And I know I am nowhere near 100,000 followers or 200 or 300,000 followers, and that's okay. I'm very excited that I am at the precipice of turning 100. But if you have not subscribed, which the math would say that I have about half the people who watch are not subscribed. So if you have not subscribed, I would appreciate that. It just tells YouTube, it tells the internet that you found this worth watching. And if you share it with someone, that means a great deal too. It all plays into that algorithm, and it just means that I can share my experiences with more people, whether that be someone who deals with a chronic condition or whose child may have a service dog, as my sweet Annie does, or there's someone who is feeling really in a rut and not great about themselves because of how hard life has been, and I can go, "Look at all these pretty clothes. You're gonna feel great." Because that's kind of how it went for me, is I watched people who made me remember that, right, I can feel pretty again. I can feel good about my body again. I have freedom to just try something new and different and remember back of what I used to like, not who I used to be. I'm never going to be 20 again, and I don't really want to be 20 again. I mean, I'd like to, have some of the strength and the collagen from being 20, but I don't want that. I like being 56, about to be 57. I like what the Lord has shown me over the years. I'm grateful for all of that. But at the same time, I don't want to be lost, and I don't want to age before my time. I want to be able to be excited that at 56, I'm discovering new things, creative things. I'm living as best a life I can with the limitations, whatever that may be, that they are. And I know, just given that I'm in a Gen X generation, I know there are a lot of women just like that. And so if there's something in what I share that you appreciate, that you think your friends might benefit from, please do share. Please ask them to subscribe. It is not a have to. You can still watch it, but you'll at least get notifications that it's out there. And with me, because I can't guarantee you it's a Monday thing, it's a Thursday thing, it's a Sunday thing, at least not yet, it's probably better to subscribe so that you can get the notification whenever I am able to post. So again, thank you for your grace with that. I love y'all so much and I'm so grateful. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.